Do not obey. Zombie talk. I've seen some fish you cannot explain.
What's up, guys? It's me, Do Not Obey, and let's get into another video. We're talking about being stuck in a dream. Now, real quick, last night, the 22nd, I kept having this dream, but it was in 3 different settings. But in every dream, I was running from something. I felt worried and a little timid and scared. But in every situation, there was always a door that I could lock with the padlock I needed, or the stairs appeared, or my son was in one dream, or one section of my dream, and I felt like I didn't want him there, so he disappeared. So I don't know what the hell is going on. I normally don't remember my dreams, but I can tell you last night it dealt with zombies, darkness, random people that I've never seen in my life, a white door with a golden padlock, a basement, a random person's house with a sliding glass door with 2 zombies on the hill, a rocky driveway, a white truck, 2-door. And yeah, that's all I can really remember. So let's get into the video.
And I go with you when it comes to answering this question. Well, I'm going to give you 7 ways right now that you can interpret the dream when you are feeling trapped. If you are feeling trapped in a dream, I want you to comment trapped in the comments. Number 1 is the feeling of being stuck. Being trapped in a dream ultimately means that you could be feeling stuck in a situation. Number 2 could mean you have the feeling of being overwhelmed. Number 3 is you're being controlled in a situation. Number 4 is actually struggling to escape a situation. If you're in a place where you're struggling to escape the situations in your life, this could be the interpretation. Number 5 is the feeling of powerlessness. To have a dream where you feel trapped is a sign of being powerless. That could be one of the meanings for this dream. Number 6 is being set free of a bad habit. If there's a habit that you're trying to overcome and you're having a dream of being trapped, it could represent a bad habit that you're trying to overcome. Number 7, when you feel trapped in a dream, it could mean that you are around negative influence, a negative people. It could be a sense of negativity. Whether it's you personally or those around you, God could be bringing revelation to that particular area of your life.
Because I went to, I guess, the ghost realm, and they tried to keep me there while I was dreaming. I was 3 years old. I was in a hospital. I had to get surgery for my polydactyly, which is me having extra fingers and toes. I had them on both of my hands and on my foot. They removed the extra fingers. I got a little nub right here. They removed the extra fingers at birth. However, I still needed to get the toe removed because I couldn't wear shoes or things like that, because I couldn't fit the toe unless they were too big. I couldn't fit my shoes with the extra toe, so I had to get it removed. And when I was in the hospital, I had a roommate, but the roommate went home earlier. It was a little girl that I knew, that I grew up with. Later on, we ended up being really good friends. However, she went home before I did, and I was still stuck there. I went to sleep. I woke up, but I could tell that I was still in a dream. I was dreaming. I woke up in my dream. Like I could see myself in the bed, and I woke up. In a dream, I looked at myself. Oh, I'm dreaming. And I see, I got a roommate, another girl. And she was like, hey. And I'm like, oh, do you want to play with my Play-Doh? Because I had Play-Doh. I was a kid. I had Play-Doh in the room. She was like, no, I want to walk around the hospital. So I followed her because I'm dreaming. I followed her around the hospital. We're running. We're playing all through the hospital. But we're getting further and further and further away from my room. She's drawn me further out, but we're still playing. I ran into one room and it was an older lady there. And basically she looked at me and she was like, "You're not supposed to be back here. Get back. They're trying to trick you. They're trying to keep you." So I believed her. Oh, excuse me, got something in my throat. I believed her. I ran back to my room. What is water? So I'm running back to my room. I get back there in time. I jump. I see my body on the bed. I jump back in my body, and I wake up. It was morning. As soon as I jumped back in, oh, it's morning. But I had just been running through the hospital, and it was completely dark. And the lady scared me, so that's why I got back. And so, my mom comes in the room. She was working. She was working that night, and so she came in the room in the morning, but so she can spend some time with me versus being on the other side of the hospital. So I told my mother what happens, and she's like, "Oh," and I described the lady to her. She was like, "Oh, that sounds like you're describing Miss So-and-so." She picked me up because in my dream I could walk, but I couldn't walk because I had just had surgery on my foot. So I had to be carried. So my mother carried me, and she carried me to the lady's room to show me that the lady wasn't there. The lady had already passed away. And my mother was very comfortable telling me that because she's just comfortable with those type of things. She's comfortable around death. She never hid death from us or anything like that. But basically the lady had passed away, and my mother explained to me that the ghosts were trying to trap me wherever the other world was, and the lady was helping me get back. And that's when my mother also told me, like, I have to be careful about traveling in my sleep. And I have talked to a lot of other psychics and mediums after that. Apparently I am a traveler and I take off in my dreams, so I always have to be careful and get back so I don't get lost. Now I if I'm traveling in my dreams and I know that I'm traveling, I have to leave myself kind of like breadcrumbs to get back, especially if it's somewhere new. When I know it's one of those type of dreams, because there were other things in a dream to let me know that it was a different type of dream that I was just too young to understand at the time. So yeah, little girl tried to snatch me up into this other ghostly world.
Have you guys ever been stuck in a dream? A dream that you know is a dream, but you're stuck and trapped in it, can't seem to get out? That happened to me. And it was one of the most unnerving, unsettling, scariest things that I have ever experienced in my life. Something that I will remember for the rest of my life. This happened about 15 years ago when we used to have our house. We experienced a lot of things in that house, and I'll talk about that another day. And I don't know if that had something to do with this dream that I had, but it was the most craziest thing that I have ever experienced. And when I'm telling you that fear, that creeping fear is real, guys, it's real. This happened during the daytime, and my youngest child was a toddler during that time. And it was time for her to take a nap, and she wouldn't take a nap unless I, went down with her, take a nap with her. And who am I to deny, a nap for a kid? So we went and we laid down, and I don't remember how I got into it, but in my dream, I started dreaming that I was doing my everyday stuff that I would do. Cleaning, laundry, whatever. I was going about doing whatever it is that I was doing. And then in my dream, I dreamt that it was time for my daughter to take a nap, and I went to go lay down to nap with her. So I fell asleep in my dream, and I started dreaming in my dream that I was going about doing whatever it is that I'm doing. And all of a sudden I woke up, and I'm like, that is the weirdest shit. So I went out to the living room, and I told my husband, I go, God, I had this really weird dream where I was in a dream that I was dreaming. And God, I just had to wake up. And he looked at me and he goes, did you wake up? And guys, I woke up in my dream. I woke up from the dream, and it was like, what the fuck is going on? So I got up, and this time I didn't say anything to him because I was like, whatever. So I got up, I started making dinner, going on about my business, and then something just felt really off. And I realized, I'm not awake yet. I'm still dreaming. Sure enough, I wake up. And I'm like, okay, this is getting weird. Why do I keep dreaming that I'm waking up and waking up, but I'm still dreaming, and just really freaking me out at this. So I got up, started doing my shit, and again, guys, I wake up. When I tell you that this happened like 6 or 7 times where I kept waking up, but I wasn't awake, I was still dreaming, it was going over and over and over again. And then it got to the point where I realized, oh my God, I'm just dreaming. I keep dreaming. And I realized I gotta wake up. I really gotta wake up, because I'm in the cycle where I'm just waking up, but I'm not waking up. I keep dreaming it over and over again. And I remember just the same part of me, the conscious part of me in the dream was like, Sandra, you gotta wake up. You gotta figure out a way to wake up. But I'm continuing to dream that I'm going about my business, doing whatever it is that I'm doing. I'm falling asleep and I'm waking up, but I'm not waking up. I keep waking up in the dream, but I'm not really waking up in real life. And I'm screaming, and I remember that feeling, that grip of, like I'm sure you guys have had that dream too, where you're trying to move, but you can't move, because that was happening as well. I kept trying to move myself to wake up, and it wasn't happening, and it just over and over and over, this cycle of me just not being able to wake up. Finally, after I don't know how many times, I finally wake up 100%. And guys, when I tell you that I woke up and I literally pinched myself to see if it was real, I literally did it. I was like, what in the hell? You guys know that movie? I don't remember the name of it, where you're in your dreams and the guy has to twist a top or whatever to see
He's talking about Inception, I believe.
if he's awake. I don't know if it came out at that time, but that's exactly what it reminds me of now. When I finally woke up, I was literally in tears, because I never want to experience that again in my entire life. I could not wake up. I was trapped in this cycle. Guys, have any of y'all ever had something like that? I would love to hear any dreams where you're trapped in there and you can't get out, because that's some scary shit.
Weirdest dream last night. Like, so I'm in this dream and I'm on this like weird sort of like vacation with like some random people, like people that I know but that like I haven't seen in a while, and I'm in this weird house and it's like a camp, and like I want to wake up. I'm aware that I'm in a dream and I want to wake up, but they say that I have to pack all my things before I can go and wake up. And so I start packing stuff, and like I can't tell what's mine sometimes, like, because I don't know the stuff. It's like weird stuff and I don't even remember what it was. And like I'm trying not to pack stuff that belongs in the house, and there's this lady that says, no, that belongs to the house, you can't take it. And then I finally pack all my stuff and leave, and like I have a violin too, like for some reason, but it doesn't have any strings. It's just like the wood part. I pack my stuff and I go to leave, and then I wake up. So I don't know where I was. It's like I was like trapped, and I had to pack things so that I could leave. But it sucked. Like it wasn't a fun camp. It was like, just felt like, you know, Hotel California, like you're trapped. It was weird.